Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for this time. I got some bullet points here that I wanted to like. First of all, I just wanted to ask how White Oak Pastures is doing. What are you guys' current projects? Are they mainly farm related stuff, like, or are they social media related? Your current,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So the projects are we're highly considering putting in a solar voltaic array to provide power for our processing plants and fulfillment center.
Okay.
So that is about 70% decided in moving forward. We're looking through the financing options and seeing, how how the numbers play out. But solar is definitely part of our future. We're also in the process of changing our poultry processing plant into a plant that can also slaughter hogs and sheep and goats. And so
Okay.
that has not begun yet, but we got a grant, which is a matching grant, which hopefully will allow us to do some remodeling.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I remember Will Harris showing me around. But he took me to the hogs at one point. I think they were Iberico that he
Mhm.
told me. Yeah, I remember that was cool. So, yeah, that's awesome. So, mainly, most of your guys' time and effort is going toward physical farm stuff right now.
That's
Okay,
right. We're working really hard to make sure that from a processing and energy perspective, we've got some resilience.
gotcha. I remember when I was there and I was eating at the restaurant, the food was delicious. I wanted to ask you about like what kind of oil do you guys use for the food that you serve at the farm? Is it like just beef tallow and that's it?
Yeah, that's right. We've transitioned from seed oils to cooking and tallow.
Wow, okay. That's amazing because that's so hard to find. Like I just came back from Chicago. I was visiting friends that we went to high school together. A lot of them were working there, and it's like the food capital, one of the food capitals of the country, but there's not a single restaurant that uses only beef tallow or only natural oils. It was frustrating. But that's cool. So is there like US regulations that prevent restaurants from doing that? And like how are you guys able to do that in your
Well,
restaurant?
well, for us, we're processing cattle at least 4, mostly 5 days a week. So, access to tallow is not very hard for us.
Yeah.
So it really was just a training and learning curve, the differences with cooking and tallow versus seed oils.
Gotcha. So if like a restaurant opened up in a big downtown city, they would also be allowed to do that if they
Yeah.
found like a way to. Okay, gotcha. I was wondering if it's just not allowed because of regulations or they just don't have good access to it. Also, congratulations on getting Will on Neil deGrasse Tyson. I watched that one. That was awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. He enjoyed that episode.
Yeah, that was a cool one. So you just like emailed him asking if you could collaborate on the podcast and he got back to you?
Actually, that was arranged by our publisher. Dad wrote his book, A Bold Return to Giving a Damn, and the publisher actually arranged that one.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I also had a quick question. How did you guys get on Russell Brand's podcast?
So Russell actually reached out. His team that books shows reached out shortly after we were on Joe Rogan. Actually, before we were on Joe Rogan,
Okay.
and booked that directly with us.
Wow. Those are some big ones in terms of how famous they are. And that's cool because they could help spread the message to more people. The next bullet point I want to talk about was the short documentary that I'm working on. All the footage that I got from when I was at White Oak Pastures for 4 days. I've been, organizing it, seeing what I can do with it. And the more I try to craft like a documentary style video, the more I'm inclined to just pop out YouTube videos. So I'm wondering if I should just transition and just pop out numerous YouTube videos for the YouTube audience instead of try to create this perfect masterpiece of a short documentary. I still want to make documentaries style videos, but I have so much great footage that I got at White Oak that I can pop out a lot of videos on for the YouTube audience. Like 5 reasons you should eat regenerative meats. That those type of videos. So I just wanted to tell you about that shift that I'm trying to make. And I
Sure.
also want to tie it into like I mainly want to talk about the ecological benefits of regenerative farming because I'm a graduate biology student. Just came back from East Africa. That's where I got all this stuff from. A lot of little things I bought from there. But we were with the Maasai tribe, and those guys are the most connected to the cattle, to the cow, than any other culture you could say. So I wanted to kind of tie what they're doing into modern society, and not that we got to live exactly like they live, but I think there's things we can learn about their lifestyle that we can apply in modern society. So yeah, I'm just kind of potentially transitioning to popping out more YouTube content instead of creating a video to be sent out to like film festivals. Instead of going that route, I just want to go immediately just start publishing right now. So in terms of that, I got White Oak Pastures products in my fridge. I got some right here. This is the body wash, your guys'
Oh
body
yeah.
wash. Yeah. So I have such a hard time finding body wash that doesn't have like a huge ingredient list. And even the ones that have short ingredient lists, they're not all natural ingredients. And this is literally the only one I know of where it is all natural. It's such a short ingredient list. So I'm thinking of making videos about on White Oak Pastures products as well. That could, once I get viewers, like t tens of thousands of views, it could probably help generate sales for you guys.
Sure, and you could consider being an affiliate at that point. Once you build your following,
Mhm.
we have affiliates that do exactly what you're doing, which is
Okay.
creating content and then using a trackable URL, and then paying a commission based on the sales that were generated by that person's YouTube video.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm just trying to make the views go up at this point. Like, I'm still also kind of finding my style. I've been making videos for like over almost 2 years now, and in that time, I got good at it. I'm not great at it yet, but I feel like I'm close to making pretty good videos because I've been doing it for so long. And yeah, the moment I'm able to regularly get like tens of thousands of views, I'll try to be an affiliate with you guys. I just got to pop out some videos. Like I have a lot of footage of when I recently cooked up the organs that I bought because I have a fridge full of White Oak Pastures organs right now and meat. And I recorded me cooking it on my cast iron, so I have to just edit that, chop that up, and just do a simple voiceover on how to prepare it easily, like what works for me in preparing it, and then just talk about like all the benefits of liver or like beef testicles and yeah, so that stuff is fun for me because I actually like to learn about all the things that like a liver has, like choline and vitamin B12. So I think my passion shines through when I make videos like that, and it doesn't even seem like work to me. And I'm gonna try to tie that into ecology if I can make that work, like maybe show some B-roll of the Maasai and just talk about like, hey, the Maasai eat every part of the animal, nose to tail and they actually like to eat the liver raw. They eat the liver raw, and they literally eat every part of the animal minus the poop and the pee, like everything. Eat well, maybe not the fur, but I wouldn't be surprised if they tried it out because I mean, each part of the animal has like its own set of benefits. So those are the type of videos I'm gonna be making in the coming weeks. So yeah, and I also want to make some videos talking about how you can be your best version by eating these meats. So I've lost a lot of weight, like in a good way, and I want to keep losing more weight, and so I can appeal to the health and fitness demographic on YouTube. But I'm not going to be the health and fitness creator talking about whey protein and BCAAs. I'm going to be like talking about how an egg yolk has all three BCAAs and how steak has all the BCAAs, arginine, because they sell the powder version of that. And the health and fitness community is, crazy with those brands of powder. I'm going to be talking about how, hey, if you just eat natural whole meat and every part of the animal, it actually has all of that in the natural amount and the natural dosage. So I got some video title ideas that I think have a lot of potential on the YouTube platform. You just gotta keep trying it out, I think. And the first ones are gonna flop on the platform. You'll be sitting at like 10 views, but I think it's just like recreating it like a little bit better and then trying it again and again. I think for sure before and after videos, like body transformation videos have potential. Like if I put like a half and half image of me when I was overweight and me when I'm fit and just title it nicely, like how I lost 40 pounds by eating only natural foods. titles like that. And then if I execute throughout the duration of the video, hold their attention, I think the algorithm should keep pushing that. So yeah, I just wanted to mention my plans heading
That's
forward.
great. And congratulations on your weight loss.
Oh yeah, thank you. I'm almost there. I don't want to say that I made it yet because I set a goal to be 160. So I'm at 172 right now. Got 12 more pounds to go, but it's been a slow, I don't force it, you know. I just like it's consistent work. And I think eating this incredible nutrient dense foods has helped a lot because you're just so like satiated and satisfied. And I want to be making videos on that too. Talk about how junk food has this addictiveness to it, where you can eat like 1,000 calories and then an hour later you're hungry again. So I'm going to be talking about that because if I eat 1,000 calories worth of regenerative meats and organs, I'm not going to be hungry for a while because my body has so much to like work with and rebuild itself with. So yeah, the more I research it, the more I can like provide information in the scripts for my videos. And just going to start off with simple videos, voiceovers. The other bullet point I have is, oh, so once I'm able to make videos that are actually getting good amount of views, more so than I am getting right now, I want to start collaborating with smaller creators, not like the Joe Rogans yet, but like I know when I was first at White Oak Pastures, I was asking if you could mention my name to him, but I've really figured out like the order of things of how I should be doing this. I think I got to make videos that are great before everything, and then I got to start collaborating with smaller creators in my niche. So my niche, I would say, would be regenerative farming, organic, natural foods, and also a little bit of the health and fitness community. Not everybody, but the health and fitness influencers that value natural foods. Like I'm communicating with Thomas Delar right now, and he's big on fasting, water fasting, but he also loves organic foods, and he actually mentions grass-fed beef a lot in his content. So I just talk with him on DMs on Instagram because his videos actually helped me lose the weight because I did a lot of the fasting tips and tricks that he shares. So like collaborating with creators is something I want to do after I figure out how to make great videos and get the views. Yeah, I guess that's about it. But basically, I just wanted to tell you what I'm doing right now. So I'm making these videos and like I'm just waiting for my videos to perform well. Like I got a bunch lined up. It's just a matter of finishing them and uploading them. And I guess I'm a little bit curious about your guys' workflow in terms of creating social media content, how you guys are able to break through and get a consistent flow of views. Maybe if you can, if you'd like to share that with me and what works for you.
Yeah, and I'll say that I'm pretty disappointed with regard to our social media engagement. We have almost 250,000 followers, and we, work our ass off to get, 4, 5, 6,000 likes and 30, 40, 50, 60 comments. I don't think that the algorithm favorably views folks like us. I think that
I think so
there's
too.
a tremendous amount of some people call it censorship, some people call it shadow banning. I don't know the right word, and no one will ever be able to prove it, but I think that the algorithm favors certain content, and I think educational content about clean healthy eating, natural ecosystems, isn't doesn't fit that narrative. So
Yeah.
I'll say that for us, we just capture what we're doing. We have great drone footage. We've got strong people that work here that are passionate about what they do.
Mhm.
So we chop those up. Insert some B-roll or some audio when necessary, and put it up, and honestly hope for the best. Social media for us is brand building. It's not anything that's revenue generating.
Yeah.
And I think it gives people the opportunity to have sort of a front row seat to look at production systems. But I think that that's a very small amount of the people who actually follow you. I think that there's, a large percentage of people that, either A, don't stop scrolling, or B, are never shown the content to begin with.
Yeah, because they're each person is followed to like so many different pages, and the algorithm has to prioritize what they show on their news feed. Yeah, like I also learned that subscriber count and follower count isn't a good indicator. You got to look at like the most recent posts and like how those are doing. Yeah, it's a grind, I think, and I applaud you guys for constantly hammering away at it. Because I remember I went to the room where you guys, the social media creation room, and I saw everybody working. I still communicate with Jay. He
Oh,
sent,
good.
yeah, he sent me some incredible drone shots that I'm yet to use. So I feel like I got all this stuff backlogged that I need to start sharing. And I want to give him credit too for any video I use his shots in. But they were great drone shots, and I had a thought just now. Oh yeah, so for the algorithms not pushing natural organic ecosystems and foods, I feel like collaborating would be awesome there, like to help get that because I'm sure like being on these major podcasts have helped your spike your guys' sales, right?
Certainly Joe Rogan and Russell Brand, but
Okay.
with those exceptions, sales remain pretty consistent.
Okay, gotcha. And have they like just elevated and then stayed there after Joe Rogan and Russell Brand?
Yeah, there's certainly the height of it in that last 2 to 4 weeks, and then they start to sort of taper off to a new normal, which is, higher than the previous normal.
Gotcha. See, that's why, like, the fact that algorithms don't favor natural foods, natural ecosystems, that's why I'm a little bit nervous on being in this niche as a beginner. To like, am I already setting myself at a disadvantage or not? So that's why I was considering shifting into a different demographic, like health and fitness, which if I can just make before and after videos, stuff like functional training videos, and then kind of slip in the fact that there's natural eating going on as well. So I was worried about that. So I was worried if I should change the order of how I want to grow my channel, like if I should jump into those demographics first, or would you recommend I just do what I really want to do, which is talk about natural ecosystems and eating natural, and then I
I
guess
think you I think you probably have got to do what you're really interested in doing. If
okay,
you do something unnatural, it's going to feel unnatural, it's probably going to look unnatural, and you're
yeah.
going to be competing with people who it's their natural thing.
Yeah.
You're going to be competing with the Sean Bakers and Paul Saladinos and Dr. Eric Bergs, who
Yeah.
that's their life. And so I would imagine that you'll be more successful if you start out with the things that actually interest you, and then you'll find your own niche,
Mhm.
within that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. This gives me some courage. Paul Saladino's whole channel gives me courage because he's just so fearless with the facts that he shares and stuff. And I feel if he's got such a massive following, I think I can start talking about it as well as a beginner channel. And there's like a lot of influencers these days, like doctors that are actually going against the grain for their industry and just talking about how to solve the root of the problems. So like the more I've been seeing more of those channels and they've got actually pretty massive followings, some of them. But
Dr. Casey Means is another good one.
okay.
She and her brother, Casey and Callie Means, are, both. I know Casey's a medical doctor. I don't know about Callie, but
Mhm.
she wrote a book called Good Energy, and was recently on Tucker Carlson. And
Okay.
she had a big following before Tucker, but I think she's really starting to catch some traction also.
Okay, gotcha. So do you think it's just a matter of being myself and being engaging and actually providing value, and then I don't have to worry about the algorithm not pushing my content because of the niche I'm in?
I can't speak for the algorithm. You're talking to someone who
Okay.
tries to pay as little attention to that as possible. But I,
Okay.
I know that you're going to be a miserable person if you're not doing what you like. If
Gotcha.
you're
Yeah, I
doing
agree.
things that don't feel natural, it's going to look forced and it won't be popular.
Gotcha. Yeah. In that case, I get this sense of creative freedom now where I'm just not even thinking about it. I've been learning how to just create a video as if like I'm drawing or painting something, you know. And that's like a whole different way to create a video than thinking about what should I say to get into attention and stuff like that thought process is like business, whereas the other thought process is just from an artistic point of view, you know. And I actually enjoy creating videos in that way. I've been learning how to do that more and more. So I guess that's the end of my list of questions, but I just wanted to one last thing is talk about that video that I sent you and your guys' page posted on your story. So I thought that was pretty cool to test that out. That was I didn't expect it to do much because like we talked about the follower count versus how many watchers you get versus how many people actually click the link. It just keeps getting reduced down. But I thought it was a cool experiment to run because it did give me like 11 views. So it meant like that's how many people like after each drop, that's how many actually transitioned over. But I will be
Great.
creating, yeah, I'll be creating more videos like the one that I just that you guys shared, but they'll be longer than 2.5 minutes, and they'll be better quality videos, better edited, better script, and but that will be the background. Like it's just my backyard, so that'll be the background, and I'm gonna have to try to create like a branding style, kind of like how Paul Saladino has his own style of editing, and so I'm figuring that style out. I've been narrowing down my style and my specific focus over the 2 years I've been making videos, and I can sense it getting narrower, and I know what I want to really make videos on, which is the natural foods and tying it into ecosystems, tying it into tribes. I've in East Africa with this latest expedition, I've networked with a lot of filmmakers that know other filmmakers, and I can get my foot in the door there pretty easily. I just wanted to make money off of YouTube before I travel again and make videos again. But I'm very close with some Maasai people in the Maasai tribe in southern Kenya. We stayed with them, so they want me back whenever I can fly back to record footage. They're willing to just literally share everything they do to prepare a cow, and they have traditional ceremonies and stuff. They have this thing called Orpul, which is for the Maasai warriors. They take a whole cow and they go into the African bush, slaughter the cow there in nature, and finish the whole cow over the course of like 2 months. And that's like a tradition for them to for they think that gives them virility and strength because you eat nothing but that cow and the herbs and little plants that are in that ecosystem, and you sleep right on the ground. There's no tents, but it's fun because they go with a group of like 20 people, and they said they want me to join in on that with my camera gear and everything. And there's a lot of YouTubers that have posted videos on tribes that have blown up on the platform, like the Hadzabe tribe videos tend to always perform on the YouTube platform. So that's natural eating. Like a big part of that is like, what are these guys eating? How are they acquiring food? Maasai, they're not hunter-gatherers. They're kind of livestock guardians. They're the oldest cowboys. They're older than the English settlers even because they've been around for like 2,000 plus years. So they've just mastered the cow. And Hadzabe, on the other hand, they're hunter-gatherers. So they wake up every morning thinking like, where are we going to hunt? How are we going to acquire food? So there's so many different tribes, and I want to make videos with the Maasai before all of them, and then kind of see where I can go from there with that. That'll be for next summer. And I'm really hoping to, like before then, make some income from YouTube where I can reinvest that income for travel expenses and equipment and gear. But yeah, I'm just hyper focused right now, getting a lot of work done, working on the body and eating healthy. I've never eaten healthier than I am right now. And it's because of like regenerative meats and regenerative farmers that I know. I'll be contacting Seven Sons Farm soon because they're a lot closer of a drive to me that I feel like I can make a physical trip down there. Are you familiar with them? It's called Seven Sons.
Yep, I am. I think they're good people.
Okay, yeah. I just discovered their page. They're like a massive regenerative farm as well. Do you think more regenerative farmers are popping up like throughout the country, slowly but surely?
I don't think, well, certainly our size, I don't think so. I think there is more and more talk about regenerative agriculture, but I worry that it's being co-opted and bastardized by corporations that greenwash product. The corporations who use tricky messaging, that imported product, all types of things to give the illusion that their product is special when in reality it's not. So I think that the regenerative movement is growing, but unfortunately, I don't think that the amount of farmers or farm product is growing at that same rate.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, it's like a slow transition, I feel, because of the whole supply chain and all that to be changed might take a few generations, but I'm an optimist. I think it'll happen. Because we can't just keep reducing the topsoil down the way we're producing food now. And, they say we have like a limited amount of harvests left. I feel like we have no choice but to shift the whole food production system to regenerative, and ecological farming has to take over. But yeah, I'll just be making more videos. In the meantime, my semester just started as well. So it's like two courses, issues in evolution, and the Kenya course is like two courses connected. So I have to do an inquiry action assignment, which could be actually be a podcast or like a video where I connect with the community somehow. So that's what I'm doing right now. Miami University work, making videos, and I'm also working at a restaurant part-time as a line cook. I love that job because I'm not working too many hours, but the reason I work there isn't only because of the money, but also because I want to understand how a restaurant works. Because I have like very long-term dreams of owning like a farm-to-table restaurant. And I'm always looking to travel to farm-to-table restaurants. So eating at White Oak Pastures was amazing because I don't know another restaurant like that. And like I know like that's like the only one I know actually where they don't use any seed oils. And so if you recommend if you know of other ones like that for me to go visit, send those my way. Like ecotourism lodges, farm to table situations within there. I'm really interested in that stuff. Do you know of any farms that have like a restaurant in their farm that actually sell food and
Unfortunately, I think that's incredibly unique to us. I don't know of
okay.
any others.
Yeah. Yeah, the only times I've seen that on a regular basis is overseas. Because I went to Brazil. Brazil, that it was harvested from local farmers, and there were no seed oils, as well as East Africa. In Nairobi, all the meat you buy at restaurants is all grass-fed. And not only is it grass-fed, it's like never been frozen because it's just from people walking their sheep and their goats just in the city limits, just like patches of grass. They'll graze it with their goats, and those goats end up in the restaurants within the city of Nairobi. So it's very chewy because it's never been frozen and it's grass fed, and that's their palate. They enjoy chewy meat there. So that's also I want to talk about that in my videos. Talk about how we have a palate that can be changed. Like our palate is not a fixed thing, and you can like train it. You can have a more complex palate. Because like the first time I put liver in my mouth, it was like instant gag reflex, like raw liver. But now like it's not like that, and I actually enjoy the taste of it. So there's so much complex science behind food, how it's produced, and how you can learn to break out of the system. So I'll be making videos on that. Break out of the matrix, as Paul Saladino calls it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, it's very neat. I appreciate you keeping us updated, and we look forward to seeing your additional YouTube content. I wish you the best of luck.
Wish you
And
guys the best of luck as well.
when you reach the point of critical mass, let us know, and we'd love to invite you to be an affiliate.
Oh yeah, I would love to do that as well and collaborate with you guys on stuff. Like I'll fly over to Georgia again if I have a good following to make physical videos with you guys. If Jay's around, he could help me. He helped me a lot when I was there last time. But yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for this conversation. It was like about half an hour, so I think I got everything I got across. I just gotta keep working. I gotta go back to work.
Good deal. Well, best of luck.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck to you guys as well. I hope Will Harris is doing well. I hope everybody in the team's doing well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yep. Until next time, I'll
All
keep
right.
you
See you,
updated.
bud.
See you later,
Yep.
Jenny. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.